AI interviewer here to guide you through today's session. Let me briefly explain the format. The interview will consist of 3 questions and should take approximately 15 minutes. At Neurona, we value expertise in technologies such as React, JavaScript, Python, HTML, and UX UI design, which are crucial for the role you're applying for. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I'm ready to begin.
So Ujwal, let's start with something about yourself and your professional journey. I'm really interested. How did you get to where you are today?
Okay, so I'm Ajul Kumar. I'm currently a fourth year undergraduate student at IIT Kharagpur with major in materials engineering with micro in artificial intelligence. I'm currently working at Neurona as a software engineer, and where Neurona is working for the workflow automation. And yeah, at Neurona I worked on WhatsApp based attendance tracker system and currently working on the voice based interview product. During my college life, I actually participated in numerous amount of hackathons in the data domain, data science domain, and also in the development side. So I'm quite interested about this role, and I think that I'm a good fit for this.
Wow, that's really impressive. You've got quite a mix of materials engineering with a minor in AI, and it sounds like you've kept busy with both school and work at Neurona. I'm curious, could you tell me more about the WhatsApp-based attendance tracker system you worked on?
Okay, so
What was your role in that project?
yeah, so first of all, WhatsApp based attendance tracker system is a product there where we actually it allows users to mark attendance such as check in, check out, and leave through WhatsApp. And by chatting with the WhatsApp bot, you can mark your attendance. It can also mark your leave and send the required information to the manager.
Oh, building a chatbot sounds super interesting. What were some of the challenges you faced while creating that chatbot for WhatsApp?
Okay,
And how did you manage to overcome them?
yeah, so there were numerous amount of challenges. So first challenge was that our project is currently in Java backend, and so the challenge was that most of the LLM stuff work very well for the Python, but not suited for the Java. So
That sounds like a tough problem to solve, especially dealing with the language differences in Java and Python. It's great to hear you found a way through by reaching out to others and utilizing resources like OpenAI and splitting up prompts to manage hallucinations. That's really smart. Is there anything else you'd like to add about this project or your experience with it before we move on?
no,
All right, let's talk about next. JS, how does it handle routing? And what do you think are the advantages of its file-based routing system?
okay, so Next.js uses a file-based routing system where the structure of your
That makes sense. The file-based routing in Next.js definitely seems to simplify things. You mentioned dynamic and catch-all routes. Could you tell me more about a time when you found that feature particularly useful in a project?
yeah.
That's really interesting how you use dynamic routes to handle different post IDs and such. It must be really handy to have those flexible route options. Is there anything else you'd like to add about working with Next.js or routing before we move to the next topic? All right, let's dive into TypeScript. How would you explain generics in TypeScript? And can you give some examples of how you've used them?
Okay, so